All right.
I am Vig with Local Ring Podcast, and I'm here with Daisy Kill.
You did it longer than me.
All right.
Those are some pipes. Oh, man.
We're here at FTW in St. Petersburg, Florida. Just having a quick talk for the having a quick talk for the show.
It's noisy in here, man. You've got the ring bumping in your ear. You're trying to talk. I interrupted one of his interviews earlier, so he's dealing with a lot here, but he's doing a good job.
It's a lot of fun. It's I love this. I've always loved this, and I don't belong in the ring. I mean, 45 with a bad back and one of these. So I'm doing this.
None of us belong in the ring, I guess, when you think about it. I mean, it's it's a lot of cumulative damage, and I don't know. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but
somebody once upon a time said, "Let's get some wood and steel together and slam each other around for a while."
So I mean, to my point. He put it in better words than I did. But yeah, I don't think any of us are really supposed to be in that thing, but we keep doing it, and y'all keep coming. Good time. Good time.
So, the question I ask everybody is, what got you into wrestling, like way back when?
A few things, which was nice. There was a few paths that led to it. Number one, I wrestled, growing up, did a lot of combat sports and stuff like that. So just growing up with a lot of brothers and a lot of combat sports, you're already wrestling, horse playing around, doing that kind of stuff. And then growing up in the 90s, you can't look anywhere without seeing wrestling. So we were blessed with always having wrestling on our TV. And my granddad came up around it. He'd like to talk about the Briscoes, this and that. Mama, she loved it. Believe it or not, her favorite wrestlers were the Killer Beats, if you remember from the 80s. Yeah.
Yep.
So we go back, right? And, so I just saw it my whole life, and I was always a physical dude and performing in different ways. So when somebody grabbed me, brought me into it, it was like, it made a lot of sense.
How did you find it, school? Because that's back in the day when it was like, if you don't know somebody in the industry, you don't get in the industry.
Yeah, I was cool. I was very lucky that they had a lot of schools available at the time. I never thought to go look for it though. As you mentioned, I wasn't fully aware that there was such a robust independent scene and this whole market outside of what you just saw on TV, outside of WCW and WWE and all that stuff in the 90s, and growing up as a teenager. So I was doing the Golden Gloves in Chicago, and after I won, it was great. It was cool. It was great stuff. This dude grabs me by the back of the arm and was like, "Hey, kid, you got a real good look. We could make some money." And I'm like, "All right."
Daisy!
I bet he could have made a lot of money off these two twigs as well, right? It is your Twinkle Team Tag Team Champions of the world, the Cream Team. Make it all the lunch ladies stream.
Daisy! No. It's Daisy! Yeah. Kill!
Yours was a little longer, but his was very enthusiastic, and enthusiasm has taken these two a long way. That and a dedication to their craft. As much as I like to give them crap, they have been a wonderful representation of the tag team division here at FTW. So thank you for stopping in, guys. All right. Yeah.
Good time.
Can you check can you tell concessions start the hot dogs? They're wonderful. The Cream Team. Cream of the crop. Oh, yeah.
So I lost my track a little bit here. So we talked about...
They need some coffee in their cream,
Yeah.
A little too sweet, but that's all right.
Just a little more energy, I think, would get them, like, just that next step.
Yeah. Like somebody give them a cup of coffee. No cream.
So, you found school?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the fella. It turned out to be Steve Boz from Chicago, who is a wonderful worker, wonderful wrestler, and he runs a school up there in Chicago. After some convincing from one of my friends who was there spectating and saw Buzz, and he was like, "Hey, no, dude, that's Steve Buzz. This dude." I was like, "All right," so he invited us in to do some one-on-one trainings in the mornings and stuff before the gym opened, and it was cool. It made a lot of sense. It was a lot of fun, and then I did my first match, and it was just, this is just smooth, natural, like right where I should be, and it's just been a lot of fun and a lot of support since, from the industry itself and fans and the people within it alike. Just been nothing but good times. Good times!
And we're in Florida, which right now I think is like the mecca of pro wrestling.
Just about,
like,
yeah.
There's so
when it
much
comes to
going
a state, yeah. Like, as a state, yes, you can't beat Florida. What's cool though is like seeing the different kinds of staple markets in wrestling. Like I came up in Chicago. That's where I started wrestling, right? And Chicago, I think, is like the best town. Like if you're looking at a single city, I think it even beats out places like New York City and Philadelphia and Tokyo. I mean, when it comes to pro wrestling as a whole, beyond just the big giant marquee matches, the independent scene there is so burgeoning. It's big. I shouldn't say it's burgeoning because it's always been there and it's always been so robust. And the fan base there, like you can, if you're in like Cook County, Chicago area, you've got 6 shows the same day, all 20, 30 minutes from each other, and all the rooms are full. And the plethora of talent you get in Chicago because of how tight the Midwest is, because of how close Wisconsin and Iowa and everything is around it. Chicago's really dope for that. And then there's just so many neat markets in their own sense. So. But yeah, Florida as a state, yeah, you can't. It gets to be annoying sometimes, man. Try making money when everybody's a wrestler.
Well, that and it's nobody seems to check who's doing what on what weekends.
Mhm.
So have shows or weekends where you got 5 shows on Friday and 4 on Saturday. It's like I can only be in one place.
Yeah, and the state's spread out, and we also get access to so many big names and so much of the big companies that it's oversaturated and diluted. It still serves a purpose in a lot of ways, right? I just don't think it's like the same purpose you would get in other markets around the country.
You talk about the big brands. NWA films in Tampa about once a quarter, I think, once every 3 or 4 months.
It's been about 4 or 5 times a year. I think it might have gotten up to 6, but it's been pretty frequent there at the Power Station at the PBS studios, and they're awesome hosts.
Yeah.
And it's been expanding more and more. Brian Idol has just been filling that building up, people coming to see, and it's staying packed. So yeah, it's been a really good crowd.
It's been standing room only the last couple shows I've been to, I think. And
I don't like him as a person, and I want to smack his teeth out as a wrestler. But since they put Brian Idol in charge of filling up the buildings, they get fuller and fuller. Man, people want to come see it. What's nice is they come back. After they do see the product, they're coming back, and we've been able to just keep expanding and building upon it.
NWA kind of, it's got so much history from back in like the Flair days and all that, and then it kind of McMahon bought everything out, and it's been nice seeing it rise up the way it has. Like, it's one of 2 brands I follow at this point. Mm-hmm. I like wrestling mixed in with my wrestling shows. Mm-hmm. Just a personal preference.
Right. Billy took a big risk, right? And I don't think Billy gets credit for that. Billy took a really big risk in reviving the brand and trying to give that alternative, right? And the risk is paid off. You're seeing the success now on Comet and on Tubi TV and elsewhere. Fans like yourself, it's nice, and I think it's going to continue to get better. Everything from the work rate, the newer talent they brought in, the older talent that they've kept, the production quality from Billy Trask, the producer director. Good God, it's just leaps and bounds every time you see it better. So it's been cool. I'm glad Billy did it. And people like to nitpick the way we go about and do things, but you're not doing it. He's doing it. So.
And I never would have thought Billy Corgan. I grew up with him as the singer of Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when I found out he's bought the NWA, it's like, what in the world is he going to do with that? It's like,
yeah, but being that he also came from such a steep knowledge base, as far as he was so immersed in it growing up and around people, I think his family was as well. And where is he from? Chicago. I'm just telling you, man, Chicago's too deep in it. Like he's been around it. And that's the thing, is it wasn't out of the blue. And a lot of people know he was involved in TNA to an extent and everything on a pretty big level actually over there. But he was also involved in the independent scene in Chicago. I forget oh goodness, I had the name of the company. But he did have an independent company there in Chicago as well. Might have been like Crest Pro or something, but he's been around the scene for a while. And then a lot of folks know he was around ECW culture a lot of the time back then.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's been around the things, and he's been around enough, and he's stayed around it, and he has such a cerebral, intelligent mindset that I think he's been able to prove, at least by now, that he's a good thing for pro wrestling.
He might, you see now celebrities are all over TV with wrestling. He might have been one of the first to really go into it, not just I'll make an appearance and promote my whatever, but he's like, no, I like this, I'm going to be involved in this however I can.
He's a patron of the arts, if you will, right? It feels that way, but not just a patron, because he's also investing so much of his own time, despite expanding his family life, and so much of his own creative energy, despite it being pulled in so many different directions as a creative person already.
He invested a lot of money into it too, which is
That's more than anything, right? The biggest,
that's the biggest risk.
more than anything is he's putting so much of his and his family's livelihood into this. Every single show that costs to put on this level of production, this level of show, they're high. And then, yeah, between the cost and time and everything else, he's really put all of himself into this, and it's a good thing. Once again, you want a mind like that with that kind of not just enthusiasm, but real like work ethic and drive. More than anything, drive. That kind of edgy, competitive nature that he's got, I think, is good for it.
And it's giving another outlet for people to come up in the industry. It's not just WWE or bust, or WWE and AEW or bust. Like you guys got some serious talent in NWA.
Yeah.
Like
He's
best tag division in wrestling, I think.
that's so cool that you said that. Because I thought so as well for a long time, and it's I think it was not. I think it was a little stronger maybe about a year ago when a certain somebody was in it too. But yeah, I've always thought we had a ton of depth in the tag division. Size, good God, our tag division are big boys, excluding the slime balls. But it's and now the new Jack and Eddie, but they're tall, with a big frame. They're just very young. They got to fill out. But yeah, big, good, great tag division. Tons of great workers. Good. I think it's that and the women's division are definitely big bragging points. Not to discredit any of the other divisions at all, because I could sit here and name names from all of them.
Yeah.
But that's something that sticks out. I think you're correct in, and that's what we're able to highlight with the Crockett Cup. Billy's wise in doing that. So
that's like, I don't think another promotion could put on a Crockett Cup. They don't have enough teams to fill out the brackets.
No.
And you guys have excess.
No, and yeah, they would just.
It'd be the same 4 teams like it always is. With
I'm biting my tongue over here, not to start naming names and burning bridges in the future. So I'm not naming anything.
We know who we're talking about. So, I don't want to take up too much of your time here.
I'm having fun.
We're gonna keep going.
To get in. Yeah.
All right. I never know how much, like Dave a show. You guys have a lot going on, so I try to be respectful.
I appreciate it. No, I'm the main event, so I got plenty of time.
We got another couple hours then.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of rude to be talking here while they're doing their thing over there.
Oh, is he? Well, if he's already doing the meeting, they probably can't hear us from all the way over here. So I won't yell anymore sporadically as I've been doing. So
you went from school into the indies, or did you go straight into?
Yeah. I got a hold, or Steve Boz got a hold of me. I started working under a hood for a long time. He was a pretty popular character there in Chicago. It was nice. I still don it occasionally. But then Tom Pritchard got a hold of me in Wisconsin. He was doing a seminar, and he saw my hood gimmick. And then he came over, talked to me a little about it. And then I went and I took off my mask. We talked in person. And then I was in Florida. I shared this story the other day. And Jake Tucker, Mother Lover Jake Tucker, who's now Stax on NXT.
All right.
He saw my hood. He saw my mask, and he's like, "Oh, you're so and so." And I was like, "Yeah, it's me, Ryan." He's like, "Cool." So anyway, he's like, "No, Dr. Tom was talking about you in class." I was like, "Budging, no way." Really? I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Dr. Tom's going to go tell his brother to give me $1 million or something, But no, he goes, yeah, he was like telling us how dumb you were and how big of an idiot you were for wasting so much, like certain things and this and that, and just using you as like an example and what not to do. And I was like, oh, so I called him up because he was nice enough to give me his card, Dr. Tom, when in Wisconsin. So I called him up and I asked him, I was like, hey, what's up? And he goes, yes. I did say that.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, and he was like, but if you want to, take that thing off and respect our business, you can come up to Tennessee, I'll train you. So I moved down, and I got training with Dr. Tom for a long time. But I did the indies for a minute, that after taking the mask off, after getting more established as Daisy, it didn't take long for Brian I to get a hold of me. And before you know it, Billy got an eye on me. And after, Brian and Natalia really, and a few other people really helped out, kind of polishing things up a little bit, tightening some screws. And then, came in NWA, and I've made a point to be here primarily and to have a long-term plan to stay here, as far as you talked earlier, and I don't think you meant it dismissively at all, but you talked earlier about NWA is a great opportunity to bring in more talent and stuff like that. And some people do view it as somewhat of not necessarily a stepping stone, but as a building tool to getting to a higher level. But I think we're really lucky that we have a batch of us right now, myself, Thrill Billy, Carson, a few other really good names and stuff, that we are not looking at it that way. We're looking to get the paychecks bigger here. We want the same name on the paycheck, but we just want to get it up by, and I don't mean that by like, hey, give us more money. I mean, we're looking to continue to try to help Billy and everybody here build the brand and keep that fire roaring and get it bigger and bigger. And just, I really like the NWA. We get to beat the crap out of people, have fun doing it, talk very legitimately, authentically as ourselves. There's not a whole lot of push and pull with what we're presenting when we talk and everything else. So,
well, you guys, what I love about the brand watching it is like it's an hour show. There's usually 5 or 6 matches. Mm-hmm. I don't get that anywhere else on TV. And you still have the in-ring stuff. You still have the backstage stuff. The stories progress in a decent manner. It's not the slow burn of years upon years to get a payoff that feels insignificant.
I think that's, I haven't thought this before, but just as you say it, right, I think about Billy's success that he's had with taking art as eclectic and complex as his own and putting it in these very palatable 3 to 4 minute packages that became the mega pop hits that he had, right? He was able to take all these moving pieces and put them in this nice, tight, concise package that's very, it's not quick or anything, but make it a little more digestible. So I think maybe those skills have carried over, between him and Billy Trask and the NWA. They're able to jam a lot of that substance, a lot of substance into that hour, and it's cool that fans and commentators like yourself and journalists are noticing it. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear it.
I didn't know what to expect my first NWA show, which was, I want to say October, somewhere around there, like late last year, and just had an absolute blast. Like I was hooked from the first match. Haven't missed one of the tapings since. FTW is, I think, 8 minutes from my house, which is very convenient. And it's great seeing like the next wave of future NWA talent, like watching them grow here in front of us.
Oh yeah.
Are you involved with the FTW school?
I was for a little bit, mostly just because I was like a substitute, because I trained there, right, when I came down to Florida, and Brian and Natalia got me. I was training there under them for a while. And then, they travel a lot. They're wrestling all over the world and stuff, so they'd have me fill in with classes here and there and everything. And I'd like to, and I still try to, but I'm like nearly 2 hours away. Is also and it just became a lot of a logistical issue, having family home and everything else. So, for a little bit. Mondo, we not now because I'm cracking his head open now, but there was a point when he was first down here, he would come out, train a bit and everything too. Like you said, so much wrestling in Florida, so there's access to a lot of good training.
It's starting to get loud in here, so I might have to cut it up.
We've had a good run.
It's not bad. It's about 20 minutes.
I've seen him put the hot dogs down now. If you recall early in the interview, I asked them to go, but they got around to it. So I'll save that for after the match. Chips, though, before the match, just quick, they digest quick. I'm on some potato chips and stuff, but I mind them after.
So you don't do those, like the crazy wrestler diets of, like, I got to eat chicken and rice 12 times a day?
No, I eat chicken and rice, and I eat my vegetables and fruits and drink a lot of water and all that good stuff. But, like, when you're out and about, it's just like most of us are big enough, at least, like, we have to put enough calories in the day where you can get away with having it. Maybe not. Internally, there might be a lot of stuff going on, but externally, you can get away. It is kind of calories and macros are calories. And, I can go have 500 calorie hot dog, instead of 500 calorie salad. It's not going to be the end of the world. So I don't panic too much about that. And I think like when I'm at home, I cook so much as it is, and I'm already eating those better things or whatever. So when I'm out and about, no, I'm not. I'm never worried about it socially, and I think it's such a buzzkill not to harp on those dudes because they're working in those situations.
I respect the hell out of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they're way more dedication, or not dedication, but control, I guess, than what I have.
But when I'm out and about socially, it's like I don't want to have to be thinking about that too much, you know.
Uh,
And what's nice is so much processed food. If you do have to, and if you are that way meticulous and you're tracking, the processed food is really easy at least to know what the calories are on it and find out and know in real time and kind of compensate all your numbers and stuff. But
So, question I ask everybody at the end is: wrestling's all about those big moments. What is your favorite moment in wrestling? Whether it's something you've done or something that inspired you.
um, I'll answer both. My favorite thing so far was the Shanghai Pain ladder stick match. There, I forget the way the name is, but the Shanghai Pain stick ladder match with Eric Smalls. That was a lot of fun. It was a blast in the moment, getting beat the crap out of him with that stick and everything else. You know, just like, with the stick. Like a little dude with the stick. It was a lot of fun. As far as what inspired me, you know, I referenced it earlier, but my family in general, my grandparents, my mom, stuff like that, they were around wrestling. So it's one of the things that I do well and I'm really good at. That's like that they also appreciate and are proud of and stuff like that. Like I used to play growing up my whole life, you know, did wrestling and boxing and cage fighting and all that. And I did music and went to school. I went to school too. And it was weird because people, you know, interact like, oh, my son's a cage fighter, this and that. But when I became a pro wrestler, all of a sudden there was like weird, like society in general, like responds really well to finding out you're a pro wrestler. Like it's always pretty positive.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. Like I feel really, really lucky to just be a part of it in general. So it was a really, really lucky random occurrence. I guess I'm more grateful than anything that random arm grab, you know, that it happened. That random catalyst moment happened, and it's been really cool.
Well, wrestling seems to ebb and flow. Like the 2000s, when you had DX and NWO. If you didn't like wrestling, you were one of the weird ones. And I feel like we're in that spot again right now. Whereas in between those eras, John Cena did his thing, Randy Orton did his thing, but that was
Yeah.
about it.
There's always some cool stuff going on, but it didn't like crack
Yeah.
through and hit that peak.
It's like, oh,
in
you like wrestling?
mainstream,
It's like, I got nothing to talk to you about. Now it's like, who's your favorite? What's your favorite brand? Who's your favorite person on that brand? There's so much going on.
It's everywhere, yeah. Like whether it's really at the top of the mainstream, you know, media points or not, there's plenty of it, and it's very successful, and there's more of it than ever for everybody. Like you said, you can pick what you want, you can find your own little niche, and it's awesome. So hell yeah, the future's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
The future kicks ass. There's its problems, but man, a lot of cool stuff.
Well, there's what I love about wrestling too. There's room for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't belong in there, but like I love wrestling. I want to promote it. I want to try and help the local scene. So I'm doing this. That's.
I won't watch everybody, but yeah, there's room for.
I don't have time to watch everybody. And
I always got time for William Regal.
It's 7 days a week,
Otis.
and sometimes multiple times on each day. Like I love it, but I have other stuff to do about it. Last question is, how can they find you?
Daisy Kill. That's what's nice about the name. There's not too many other Daisy Kills. So when it comes to pro wrestling, check out Comet TV, Tubi, YouTube, all the socials, of course. NWA is on there. Great programming. Check out Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music for Daisy Kills rock music. A little bit of music on there right now. Full album coming out later this year will be neat. And if you're, you know, keep an eye out for local shows. Like you said, we're always in the Tampa area very often. I'm in Chicago very often with their territory, and we're back in Philly in a few weeks, so that'll be a lot of fun.
You're doing ECW arena or?
Yeah, 2300 arena. It's NWA arena now.
That's a rough rebrand.
Yeah. Well, y'all will be all right with it after that dog collar match me and Eric Smalls are going to have.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Suspend him from the rafters by his throat. That's NWA arena. The National Wrestling Arena.
I didn't touch on it. You have
Arena.
an album coming out? Like band? You're in a band?
Yeah.
We gotta shout that out too.
It's great. It's really good rock music. I'm like, yeah, check it out. It's really good, actually. You're gonna be surprised. It's well produced. I used to be a touring musician and all that, and I still do it. But I've released this stuff as Daisy Kill. There's a single out now. It's kind of a soft roll, just to have a reference point, and we're wrapping up a full length album that's gonna be coming out around winter time. Shooting a lot of the visuals for it now, but you'll like it. As far as you like rock music, not to get too specific even. Like if you like rock music, you'll probably like it. It's really good. It's a good
All right.
songwriter. I'm a good singer. I got good musicians. Like, not to be too cocky, but no, it's really good. You'll be surprised.
Are you planning on touring to support that as well as doing the NWA touring?
I'm gonna release the music first, and let it develop. Let the market for it develop a little bit more organically online, because it's a different it's a different landscape for music these days than it was in the past. Touring very much does exist, but there's certain parameters in place, and it's kind of backwards. You kind of put more media out and try to get bigger as a media figure, and then use the touring to make money off of that. Whereas in the past, you got out as a live act to get your name out, and then finally get big media is where you made the money. No, now it's the flip. You use the media to get your name out, so you can go on tour and make money and all that, which would be brilliant, which would be awesome. Yeah, maybe one day I can, if I can impress Billy enough, we can be like playing in the parking lot or something while they're.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your time. I'll make sure I'll link all this in the interview on YouTube, the band and everything else. And this was great.
Thank you, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.